Hello, my name's Sally Kay, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about reflexology lymph drainage. So, reflexology lymph drainage, also known as RLD, is a technique that focuses on isolating and stimulating the lymphatic reflexes on the feet. Now, the aim of this is to cause an effect on the drainage function of the lymphatic system in the body. It's a unique sequence that I've researched and developed from first principles while working in cancer care. So the creation of this came from the desire to help relieve the physical and emotional symptoms of secondary lymphedema in those affected by treatment for breast cancer. And by using the anatomical reflection theory of reflexology to identify and isolate the lymphatic reflexes on the feet and hands and work them in a specific order to cause an effect on the body. Lymphedema is a chronic condition which causes swelling due to the blockage, damage or absence of lymph drainage channels. And there are two main classifications of lymphedema. There's primary lymphedema, which has a genetic predisposition, and there's secondary lymphedema, which is caused by accident, injury, trauma, or some kind of damage to the system, surgery, radiotherapy, etc., and even insect bites. So it's a debilitating condition, and there's actually no cure. Only very limited management options. It's debilitating too. So it also has an effect on quality of life when people are diagnosed with or left with lymphedema or develop lymphedema. That's a better way of saying it. So the management options include exercise, compression, garments, and manual lymph drainage massage, now also known as MLD. So MLD is a specialist type of gentle massage, a technique that was first developed by the Vodders in the 1930s. But then there were other methods developed by Leduc, Foldy and Casley Smith. But it was the Vodders who were first, and probably they are the best known brand that they're a global brand really now. But the Vodder method of MLD is well known worldwide. So these other methods each have slight variations in terms of routine and hand movements, just technical, but they all adhere to the basic principles of a similar theme. And the aim is to stimulate and increase the function of the immune system and drainage of the lymphatic system. Now, MLD is performed by applying slow, rhythmical, repetitive moves which gently stretch the skin using specialised hand movements. The aim is to activate the contraction of the lymphatic vessels and to encourage the lymph to move forward. So when the Vodders first started to explore the possibilities of MLD, it was considered to be taboo to tamper with lymphatics because little was known about the system. However, they were undeterred. They believed that by applying their techniques with a very light touch to stimulate the lymph, they were purifying the body. And to be honest, the more I work with RLD, which has its foundations in MLD, and see the results from other RLD trained reflexologists, the more I believe the Vodders had a point. There's also a simple lymph drainage known as SLD. It's basically a simplified version of MLD and a form of self-help exercise. So people who have been given these exercises to do may just consider it to be they're doing their exercises, recommended exercises, done by the individual to help reduce the swelling and manage the lymphedema. Now, the first principles of RLD are based on an understanding of manual lymph drainage massage, coupled with knowledge of the lymphatic system. This combination is mirrored on the corresponding reflexes of the feet and hands using the anatomical reflection of reflexology theory, something that really resonates with me, when you're trying to map out the feet, because foot maps are great when you're learning, aren't they? But the more you work, the more you realise that bodies are different, feet are different. So if you use the anatomical reflection theory, you won't go wrong with that. So the original RLD protocol was formalised as part of the NHS ethics application that I had to go through for the first research project. And actually it's a huge undertaking, even though I only wanted to give 6 participants 4 lots of reflexology each and measure them each time. Anyway, this sequence that was formalised as part of the first ethics application has been used in all the subsequent research, RLD research, and the original protocol is what I teach as part of the course. So 6 participants with breast cancer related lymphedema. They just had the swelling in one arm, took part in the project. That way we could measure both arms and compare the swollen arm with the normal arm. It was done over 6 weeks back in 2011, and actually it's quite hard to believe it's that long ago because I still eat, sleep, live, breathe this stuff more than ever actually. So in week 1 and week 6 were data collection only, baseline and follow-up, and then during weeks 2 to 5, so that's 2, 3, 4 and 5, 4 consecutive weeks, participants received RLD and arms were measured and compared before and after the treatment. So the data collection tools used were objective limb volume circumference measurements, which is a standardized way of calculating the volume of swelling in the arm, and a subjective outcome measure, MyCore, measure your self-concerns and well-being. So I'm unable to share a file here because I'm using the software from my camera. It's not like Zoom, but I think you get a better picture. So I'm going to have to just show you this from page 53 of the book. This is the graph, and this is also will be in the article in the AoR magazine. So that's the graph that's included. In fact, I'm going to get up again, talk a little bit more about it. No, I won't. No, you can see it in the article. I shall carry on. So that's the graph, but I'm just going to explain it a little bit. Because what these results show, you've got baseline and then follow-up and everything in between. And they were measured at baseline and again at follow-up and before and after each treatment. And the results show that each participant experienced the greatest reduction in swelling, so they lost the most during the first RLD treatment at week 2, so for week 1 treatment-wise. And then subsequent treatments appear to consolidate these results, which made a significant difference to all of the participants. Consistent results like this have been a familiar pattern in all RLD research, clinical experience and case studies where lymphedema swelling is concerned. So the RLD sequence can be used as a problem-specific standalone treatment. It can also be fully integrated into a general reflexology treatment as you kind of work through the reflexes, whether you work systemically, through the foot, however you work. You would normally work the lymphatic system. So it can be stimulated in that way, or it can be done as a focused treatment. And then after RLD training, reflexologists can join the practitioner register on successful completion of a case study. Now, case study submissions can be for clients with any condition, not just swelling related. And years of clinical experience and thousands of these case studies have provided sort of ever-growing body of anecdotal evidence that shows the benefits of RLD for our clients. So a well-functioning lymphatic system is believed to support a healthy immune system. And this makes perfect sense because if the drainage function of the lymphatic system is stimulated, and the RLD research demonstrate this, then surely there will be an effect on the immune system. It would be hard to improve the function of one without the other. You couldn't separate it, you couldn't stop it even if you wanted to. So I believe this is the reason that RLD appears to be so effective for many of our clients with other non-cancer related inflammatory autoimmune conditions. So in the latest research paper published in the British Journal of Community Nursing, the measured results show a significant reduction in swelling, and very excitingly, we used thermal imaging technology, and this demonstrates visual changes in the body, the effects of which can indeed be quite dramatic. So for you to see for yourself on this video, again, I've got another bookmark in here. These are thermal imaging pictures which you'll find in the AoR article, and for you to see here. Sure, maybe that's better. Should get a better view there. Anyway, this is just a video taster of the article. So if you'd like to see any more, if you'd like to find the links to the research, all information about RLD is on the website, and you can see along the bottom here. So not only does RLD help our clients greatly, and again, not just for lymphedema, but so many other things, RLD teaches us how a reflexology treatment enables tangible and intangible outcomes to be measured, and why data collection and analysis are beneficial to our profession, to all of us, to reflexology as well. So if you consider the value in the eyes of other healthcare providers, and importantly those who are responsible for the allocation of future healthcare funding and policy making decisions, the fact that early exploration of MLD only began 90 years ago in the 1930s and is now widely accepted in integrated healthcare is very encouraging for the future of RLD and evidence-based reflexology practice. So I hope you have found this interesting. I'm also looking forward to reading the rest of the articles about reflexology and lymphatic drainage and the immune system in the next journal in June. So I wish you all the best in your reflexology practice, whoever you're working with, whoever you're helping with. We are all only doing our best. So thank you, everyone. Bye for now.